show up and they go, we don't want you. Damn. Show up at the door. They're going to be like, you are not ready, my son. You are not ready yet.
You are not the
Yo, that would be deep, bro.
That would be destructive.
Go back down the mountain.
What you gonna do? Go back to your family after you left them?
Right.
Hell no. Right. They're gonna be like, we don't want you either.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
LCV.
Who is this?
Brother Red.
Yo sé que no nos quieren ver bien. Yo sé que tenemos que hacer. Tiempo no podemos perder. Nadie nos puede detener. Vamos a lograr todo lo que queremos. Sigan mirando cómo nos movemos. Siempre aprendo algo del pasado.
He got this beat of YouTube or
nunca
what?
cambiaron. Ey, día a día subimos de nivel. Pasé mucho tiempo mal, pero lo superé. Hay cosas que no puedo entender. Me trataron de acabar, pero lo superé. Pero lo superé, Ahora me siento bien, Me van a detener.
Oh.
With the switch up.
Okay.
Yo, he don't be missing to me.
Nah.
He don't be missing.
Nah.
Yo tengo el dinero en mi mente. Todo el mundo cambió de repente. Mis hermanos son los únicos reales.
Say that.
Nos fuimos a viajes internacionales. Gente que yo nunca he conocido. Me quieren ver mal, pero yo sigo. Quieren saber cómo lo hacemos. LCV, vivimos sin miedo. Let's take it back to the beginning. Día a día subimos de nivel. Pasé mucho tiempo mal, pero lo superé.
All my party people,
hay cosas que
put their hands in the air.
Me trataron de acabar,
Put your hands in the air like, hey. You know we ain't come to play, man. LCV, baby. La cultura vive de este lado. Y tú sabes que andamos bien siempre. Siempre atrás de los sueños. Hasta que se hagan realidad, ¿tú me entiendes? We ain't never giving up. Yeah. LCV. Lo verdadero.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
That's how you start off the Friday.
Yeah.
That's how you start off the Friday.
Shout out my dog Ram. Yo,
He too
damn.
deep.
Another one. Another one.
Yeah.
Y'all already know it. Damn, I messed up the intro again.
Why are you
bro.
so nervous
I'm
every
too
Friday,
excited.
bro?
I'm not nervous.
You
I'm
do this
excited.
shit every Friday.
I'm not nervous. I'm excited. I'm not nervous. I'm excited. It's just another regular podcast. You already know. I'm excited for the guests. I'm excited for the intro. I can't contain myself. Hey, yo, as always, y'all already know who it is. It's AOC, Laughing Loudly. And to the left of me, to the right of y'all, we got a very, 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 very special guest. This is a personal friend of mine. This is a very special person, a very knowledgeable, powerful person. He knows who he is. To the left of me, to the right of y'all, we got... Tell him who he is, brother.
Geymy Zapata.
There you go. Geymy.
I was waiting for the clapping. I'm
gonna shout you out. I thought you was gonna give me 100 titles.
You know me by a lot of people who gonna see this. They know me by many names, but
There
I'm not
you
gonna
go.
put it out there. Geymy Zapata is who you got.
There you go. But that
Fire,
it's
fire,
one
fire.
name, but it's many hats and it's a lot of knowledge.
It's a
but
lot of-
before we get into that, to the right of me, the left of y'all, we got
Yo, es NF de este lado y entregado como siempre, mi gente. Look, today, even I'm getting put on game, so get ready for that. I'm ready. Let's go.
Vamos a lo que venimos.
Coño.
You already know we magical.
Thank y'all for having me. Man.
No
Thank
doubt,
you.
bro.
Hell of an
Before you
intro.
say anything that could get us in trouble, we got our lawyer. And any wild-ish gonna get a, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot of wild-ish. Gonna get a,
No. Bro, listen. We don't need the lawyer no more. If we need anything, it's gonna be him to get us out of trouble, bro.
Get back. So what am I talking about? Geymy is the lawyer. Let's go. Let's set it off.
Man, listen. Thank y'all for having me, bro. Definitely Awesome intro.
Very
Thank you for
welcome.
having me. Awesome studio.
Thank
Happy
you,
to
bro.
be here, man.
Happy to have you.
It's been spoke about, and glad that it's actually crystallized in the flesh.
Hey man, I'll say this: I'm finally glad to meet you.
Thank you.
You
thank
know, from my boys, you know, on the chat, they're always hyping you up.
Okay.
They're always talking about
sure.
you. They're always like, "Yo, he's like this, he's like that." Always praising you. So I'm like,
Appreciate
yo,
that.
who is this person? I'm like, I want to praise him too. Damn, you know, they're giving me
appreciate that.
FOMO. Like I'm missing out on who they praising. So let's start this off with who is Geymy Zapata?
Yeah, man.
Right? Zapata?
Yes,
Sorry.
sir.
All right.
Zapata. Yes, sir.
Word.
Who I am, man. I am a person who I'm a beacon of light. I am
Love that.
a source, a force to be reckoned with. I am a server of people. I'm also just filled with knowledge that likes to pass that down to others.
Nice,
100%.
man. Love that, bro.
Shout you out,
Yes.
bro.
Thank you.
Yo, to say you are a beacon of light is a powerful statement. I just want to point that out too, bro.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
how do you get that power to be able to say that? Because I personally, and this is just me, I don't feel like I could say that.
Mm.
So you have to have some type of power within you or something that makes you feel that way. What makes you feel that you are a beacon of light?
Who I am for people. 100%. The differences that I made in people's lives, the impacts, even just small things, guys who I've helped in the gym and stuff like that, they've given me that confidence to say, that's who I am for them. And they've told me even themselves, yo, bro, you're my OG. You're my master. You're my teacher. And, I created myself as that because of those people that, trusted me to, whether it's coaching them or giving them knowledge, giving them info.
Leading the way.
I created myself with those words because of them.
Bro,
And
fire.
I can attest to that, bro. Shout you out again, bro. You get another one.
Thank you, my brother. And you are that for people too. They just haven't told you yet, right?
I haven't heard it, but I think also like hearing it from you, I think it's more of like a feeling. You feel that, so something has enlightened you to that point where you're like you can say that because you realize it, right? You feel it within you. So I can't say that I feel the same yet.
Okay.
I hope to feel that way at some point in life.
Yeah.
I know I will.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I can't say that for sure.
That's valid.
That's
valid. For me, it's throughout the journey, it's just like, you're going to come across so many people and you're going to make so many differences, and you have a chance to make a difference or to be a dick, right? Can I say that? We won't get in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Curse it all.
word.
We got a lawyer.
We got a lawyer.
And we got you. And we got you
I'll
here.
have to
So
read
we
the
good.
YouTube guidelines, make sure. But no, that's always there for me. It's just like whenever I come across or encounter someone, I have the chance to make a difference, or I have the chance to be a total asshole. So I always try to make a difference and leave people empowered.
Love that, man.
Yeah.
I can attest to that, man. There's so much sides to your story that I don't even know where to ask you to start. So I'll let you lead.
Cool. Now a little bit about myself. I'm from New Brunswick, New Jersey, Exit 9. Grew up in the Dominican Republic in Santiago for about maybe 7-8 years, I want to say, in La Área Monumental, if y'all know where that's at.
I know a little bit. I know a little bit, yeah.
Play a lot of baseball out there. That was probably one of my favorite memories as a kid.
There's no other choice.
There's no other, like when you're growing up in Dominican Republic, you just see a whole other world and young eyes, and it's just like I got to experience, living here for a little bit, living out there, and then coming back as a teenager back out here, which was, a whole game changer too. Out there I was playing baseball 6 days a week.
Wow.
Like
that's why you said no choice.
Oh yeah.
Bro, it was, if you wasn't playing baseball, you were playing bitilla.
Yeah, which is baseball.
Which is baseball. La
Focus
plaquita.
your aim.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, it's an amazing journey. My father did radio out there for like 45 years. He's a legend out there. Grew up in a radio station with him. So I got to, all we did was music and baseball in the house, and that was exciting. When I came back out here, I did my high school years. You know what I'm saying? Went to North Brunswick High School. Didn't get the chance to go to New Brunswick, which is unfortunate because I could have been a beast at the baseball team. And
they missed out, bro.
They missed out. But the cool thing was I met so many of the young brothers that I still know today that I was like, man, that could have been such an awesome opportunity. But North Brunswick High School, then now I'm after that, just the journey of life. You know what I'm saying? Tried a little bit of everything. I've done radio. I've done some acting. What else have I done? Man, I've done so much. Really, my heart is in entrepreneurialism. That's what I love to do. I feel I have the gift of gab, and I could just sell anything, whatever I'm passionate about.
Say that.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Powerful weapon.
Definitely. And but I've done it all, man. Done it all. Done a little bit of everything, at least, just to kind of shape and mold of who I am today.
I want to start by hearing some of that radio. How was that for you? Or what did it do for you? What did it do, in your dad's world? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you fit at that time there? What skills did you learn that you might still use today?
What's so funny is that the way it started, right? Like, I always see my dad in the studio, and I will be copycatting whatever he's doing, right? Like, we emulate what our parents do, and we're just copying whatever our parents do. So seeing that, I'd just be playing music in my little studio I had in my room, and I'll just be pretending that I'm him. Yeah. And I guess he kind of saw that, and he was just like, I'm gonna throw him in the studio one day. He made me do a commercial.
Nice.
So yeah, that was and I was full self-expressed. There's no thing there about being weird or I have to get this right. People are watching me, all this stuff. It was just a fun time, and it was
You didn't feel that pressure?
I didn't feel no pressure. I think.
How old are you?
I was 7. I was 7 years
You
old.
probably were more free too, to just be
Totally
expressive.
free.
Your
Yeah.
dad doing it also, that helps.
Totally.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was just that's my pops.
Yeah.
I could do
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He's
yeah,
the
yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
star out. He's the biggest radio star out here. I could do what he do. You know what I'm saying? So that gave me a lot of confidence because I'm just that's nothing. I could do just what he does. And
Nice.
I did it. I think it was in 2 takes.
Damn,
Nice.
real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Drake mode,
It was
baby.
just natural. It was just natural.
Born a star.
Born a star, man. Born a star. Facts.
That's beautiful.
100%.
That's beautiful.
The baseball stuff I got from my grandfather. He was he was the baseball player. I looked up to him on that. And the radio, the artistic side, the actor side, that's all emulating from my father.
It's funny
side.
how for Dominicans, that's the 2 main ingredients:
That's
music and baseball.
That's
Yo,
it.
that's fast.
And then you throw plátano in there, and it's you got the perfect combination. He ain't from nowhere else in the world.
And all you heard in the house too was salsa.
Oh, that
Straight salsa.
see, that's different because I hear a lot of bachata, merengue growing up.
Yeah.
Salsa was everywhere also, but it was a mix of
Right.
all three.
Right.
And all the colmados and the colmadones had bachata, merengue rocking
100%.
to 1,000.
To 1,000.
There was nothing else.
Till 1, 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
From noon.
Open back up at 5 or 6.
100%.
They didn't just go to sleep 3 hours ago. I'm damn.
100%.
Go hard or go home, huh?
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I definitely experienced that and lived that out there. So that's 100% truth, man.
Nah, that's amazing, man. That's dope. So you were in Dominican Republic from what age to what age?
From 6 to 13.
Oh,
yeah, I was
shit, okay.
turning 7. I was still 6, but then I came out here 13.
Those were important years, man.
Very important years, man. What they call the informative years, right? Informative
Yeah.
years.
Formative, yeah.
The formative years.
Yeah.
They are, like I said, it was the best experience because I can dominate both languages with Spanish. Right? I was
Nice.
able to learn both. I didn't forget my English.
Yeah.
I didn't forget my reading and any of that. And, the socializing was totally different out there too. When you're socializing as a child, other kids that are very outgoing and very, de calle.
Yeah, there's a lot out.
There's a lot out.
El
outgoing kids.
tigueraje of Dominican Republic is crazy.
100%.
It's way crazier than out here.
The kids are adults by 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
They're already they
Sure.
think like adults. So it's
For sure.
But dead ass though, that's true. They go to the store, pick up beers and rum for their like parents.
Their parents enable
That's
them to. Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's crazy, man. And you know, it was an experience, man, because it's you don't see that here. I mean,
No.
if I ever wanted to eat some mango or whatever, I just climbed the tree.
That's
You know
it.
what I mean? I didn't
Yeah,
have to go
that's
to a
great.
store. If I wanted to go to the river, there was one 20 minutes down the road. You know,
And if we're being honest, picking a mango off a tree tastes so much different than a mango from
so much
ShopRite.
delicious.
Like,
so much more delicious,
Bro, it's a whole new world when you're talking about the fruits from right there in your backyard to like the ones at the grocery store.
100%, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's that's I said I was spoiled in that way. You know what I mean? Because literally, man, we had mata de guanábana, guayaba, mango. We also had bananas, and that's it. But that's
You
a lot
had
of options.
níperos?
No,
Nah. Did you ever, or like, I don't know if you had that in Santiago, but you know what guempang is?
say that one more time.
Guempang?
Guengpang.
Guempang.
No.
Bro, I swear that was only at our house, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like, why my grandfather had this big ass tree in this house? Like,
I've never. Was
And-
it called something else? It wasn't called something
I don't know
else?
if it was called something else, like somewhere else.
Guengpang is the same thing they have in Jamaica. It's like that breadfruit.
It's like it's green.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
You can make chips out of that. And
And
It has
Yeah.
like little bumps, like a lot of little bumps.
kinda, but it's not bumps though. It's more like pollitas.
Oh.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's not pana, like the pana.
I don't think so. No,
I think you're talking about the guanabana.
guanabanas.
Yeah.
Were they
That
smaller?
big round.
No, guanabana we had. That was in the backyard.
Yeah, that's the spiky joint.
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
spiky
yeah.
joint.
Yeah, no,
That shit was good as hell. though.
Delicious. I would eat one like raw, like it's nothing, bro. It was so good, so rich, and you know, it has so many vitamins that you know they're even illegal here in this country. So you
Yeah.
can't even-
Damn.
They don't let you bring that
It's
here,
too
bro.
good for you. Damn.
The seeds, the seeds. They found out the seeds cure cancer, so they don't want it out here. They're like,
He told you already. It's getting
It's
scary.
getting scary.
It's getting scary. You drop it. Yo, before you do all that, it's crazy. It's crazy the things we take for granted from our countries when we come here. Like I came out here, and the first thing that I was astonished by in a negative way was that you had to pay to go to the beach. I'm like,
Mhm.
what?
Yeah, when I came here, that didn't make sense either.
What
to
is
me.
that? No trees, like no apple trees.
Y'all don't even
no-
have palm trees. What I gotta pay for?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
right.
At least give me a view.
Not even
Nothing.
nice water, nothing,
Nothing,
bruh.
nothing. No,
At
they
least
said,
you know where we reside right now.
Yeah, no, they said, you know, you're gonna pay for taxes for everything. You're gonna pay for everything while you're here. As a citizen, you're gonna pay for everything. So.
And I always looked at tourism funny back in Puerto Rico.
Right.
I'm like, look at these because we
we
overcharging
gotta
them.
do the same thing.
We charging the shit out of them.
Yeah.
It's free here. They don't even know.
Right.
Then I come out here, I'm like, damn, I'm them now.
You a permanent tourist.
Right.
So that's kind of
Yo.
Yo, we were talking about those seeds, bro, with the cancer, man.
Those seeds are powerful, man. They same with the apricot seed. They said the scientists years ago came out and said the seed is like B7, B12. You can't even get that unless you're getting it somewhere else. But it has the power to cure cancer. Powerful cells to cure cancer. You make some teas out of that. I used to love the guanabana leaf tea. But it's not the same as the seeds, but
No.
those seeds they contain some powerful stuff in them. And I don't know, you know, Dr. Sebi, I'm pretty sure.
Sebi,
So
yes.
Dr. Sebi, he spoke about that, and that's what it made sense for me. I was
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
me prendió el bombillito.
Yeah.
That's when and it's powerful stuff, man. How so many foods in other countries from here are illegal, yet we can't bring the good stuff in. So
And it's almost like the general public's not curious enough to know why.
we don't like to read.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But you like to read.
I like to read. Reading, it's so fundamental for you, man. I at least try to read one book a month, 10 pages a day. Make it simple because life is real. You know, I break it down for people so that they can do it too because they get stuck on like, I don't got time to read these books. I don't got time to read these white man's laws, and I don't got time for this and that. And I'm like, bro, it just takes, one hour, maybe less than that. You know what I'm saying? But most of the general population just have a third grade, fourth grade reading level. They don't even know their parts of speech, can differentiate, a noun and a verb or an adjective. And it's just like, we're in trouble still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So reading is important. It's fundamental for your brain. The more words you know, the bigger your brain will grow.
Damn.
Dang. Jesus.
Bars of the day. Bars of the day by Geymy.
Y'all,
I love it here.
Y'all just wait.
I love it here.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Yo, bro, you talking some... If they gonna cancel us, let it be for the right reasons.
Let it be this one here.
Let it be this knowledge right here.
Bro, look, I don't want to get stuck on one topic, bro.
No.
But like, we gotta dig into some of these things, man, because I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist of everything in every government, not just the United States.
Right.
I think every government is corrupt to a point.
Facts.
I think they're all under a certain control of someone else, and they're just following someone else's go do this, go do that.
Fact.
So when it comes down to the cancer curing of Guanabanas and that point right there, do you feel, or maybe no, I don't know.
I don't know what's coming.
Do you feel that like they prevent anything that's healthy for us to get into the country?
What it is for me is there's a huge battle with good versus evil, right? There's a lot of good people in the government that want to do the right thing and the good thing for people, and there's a lot of bad people that want to do wrong stuff, what benefits their pocket and their profit, right? And excuse me. Yes, I do believe there is a lot of laws and regulations that they put in place because everything is in jargon, everything is in law, everything is, on paper, and they have to make it official that way. But if, people open their eyes and read a few things here and there from other sources, they'll see like, oh, wow, they want to prevent this. They want to prevent, real food coming in. They want to prevent us from growing our food. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're already doing that.
They're already doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
My weekend was good to have fun.
But the thing is, it's like, I know in some states you'll get fines if you try to grow your own food. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn.
You need permits for
it, or, you'll have to go with a certain seed. A lot of farmers that are going through, these battles in their states, like they got to comply with that. They can't even grow their chickens like how they would used to, or their pig, or whatever their crop is. But they have to comply with whoever's up top.
Because the only thing that brings food to the table.
It's the only thing that will cut the check and put food on their table and say, well, damn. So it's, hell yeah. There's so many things. They'll go ahead and cut our heads off. All conspiracy theories.
What I meant to press was, and I kind of trumped myself over.
But it's all real. It's all, it's all out there. And a lot of people don't hide it. We live in the greatest era ever, which is to have a pocket PC in your pocket, and we don't use it for what we're supposed to, right? And just do your research. You'll see that's out there. It's not to drive you crazy or turn you insane, but information is wealth, and the more that you do with it, you can change your life with it for sure.
Why do you think that we don't use the computer that we have in our pockets properly?
We are so distracted. We probably have the attention span of a mosquito or a fly.
Fucking goldfish, I heard.
The goldfish, man.
I heard the comparison was that they have more focus than us, which is
crazy.
Insane.
That's crazy.
It almost hurts me to hear that.
100%. That I'm offended because, as human beings, we're supposed to be evolving.
Top of the food chain, right?
Right? Through every, and these phones are just so dangerous, man. Like I literally had to put like a lock on myself. Like, this is my limit. This is my social media
And
limit.
you're the second person to tell. Our last guest said that too.
Yeah, I had to set restrictions for myself because it's a discipline thing.
Yeah.
You know, with everything else in life, you want to do something, get somewhere, you have to cut a lot of distractions and apply that discipline. You're switching D's for one good reason, and you know the main thing that has us in the chokehold is just social media, bro. You know, I share links a lot of times with, you know, information where I get my Moorish knowledge, RV Bay Publications, riseofthemoors.org. Shout out to riseofthemoors.org. And, you know, they'll get on there for a few seconds. All right, yeah, cool, I'm going to check it later. And then they go off to do other things because they're ready to go scrolling again or see who posted their story. That's
their reaction. The reaction of your brothers when you're sending them info.
Right.
They'll check it, but then it'll go right back.
Back in the pocket,
Smart.
or it's, you know, they wouldn't go as deep, and probably they do later on. Everybody got their own stuff to their own time, but you know, it's just one of those things that I seen that's just like, all right, you'll send something, I'll check it later. I'll doing something. We're all just distracted.
Yeah.
You know, we don't. You know, it's such a powerful tool. Like even
if used correctly.
If you use it correctly, bro, you can make a business out of it. You can make movies out of it. You can make beats out of it. Right? You can create so much out of this one thing, but we're all using it for the wrong stuff. You know,
to fill a void and fill idle time.
Yo. Man, listen.
Because it's too scary being alone with yourself. They don't talk about that.
I love it here. Yo. I love it here. No, it's facts, man. You know, we'll just go and get distracted with something else. Distractions are the enemy for any man, any woman. And, you know, if you have a goal, you have this big goal you want to accomplish, and it's in your subconscious, it's in your conscious every day. You want to achieve it. Cell phone, you have to limit yourself on it, man. And that's one thing. Even, you know, for posting, a lot of people would hit me up daily like, bro, are you going to post today? Bro, are you going to post today?
Yo, you funny, bro.
I'll be posting some wild stuff sometimes, funny wild stuff, right? And it's my way to get my release sometimes and connect with some people. And, you know, they're just like, bro, where's the memes? Where's the memes? It's like, I don't want to be that distraction some days, right? Because it's just like, at the same time, as much as I don't need it, I don't also want to cause it because, you know, it could, I'm just feeding into what I'm supposed to be controlling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then I like my stuff so much that I go watch my stories like 10 times, 20 times in the day, and I'm just like, doesn't serve me. So I take my breaks. You know, I please people as much as I can. If I don't post for a week or two, I disappeared. You know, I'm coming back, and you know, I'll be posting. But you know, you gotta take breaks too sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think we do that, right? Because the phone is not making you do that. You do that because it's available right there. But why choose that and not choose a book, or if you're gonna use the phone, not use it wisely?
We love attention, man. We just love attention. You know, females definitely love more attention than men, but you know, we want to be seen. Some people just want to be seen, bro. Like they could just, you know, not having nothing going on with their life, and they don't have any goals or any aspirations or anything going on right now, but that's their outlet to make them feel like they're up to something, right? And it's just the delusional kind of game that they're playing with themselves, because if you look, we're in 2023. 3 years ago, we was locked in, you know, in our own house as prisoners, and we had all the time in the world to be playing with the gadgets. And you know, it still feels like today many are still stuck on that, where it's just like, I'm gonna pick a career and just post memes all day and not forget about the real world. Like, bro, we need plumbers out here. we need electricians, we need plumbers, we need truck drivers. Like, come out here and make a difference in the world.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's the instant release of dopamine that social media
That's
gives.
what it is. That's scientifically,
Because whether that's validation gives you that instant, and you're looking for it through there. You also have people that don't post, that just scroll,
that
right?
ping,
That scrolling. It's the same effect though.
100%.
It's you're looking for a quick oh shit, I feel good. I'm good. I'm down again. Yeah.
And we're looking for human connection also on that thing, which is not real. Like, we're looking to
Which is crazy.
We're starving to connect with human beings. You know,
I won't leave the crib.
That's our nature, to connect with other human beings, and we won't leave the crib to do that, right? And for a lot of guys out there that I've seen that struggle with just communication skills, just to open their mouths and say what's up, or just to get into something like just socially awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, main cause of that, I blame social media because they can't even come out and open their mouths.
And it's like if anybody was already like that, then it gave them a room to be in.
Oh,
but it was a double-edged sword because it gave them a sense of belonging because like, okay, I can do this from here. I feel comfortable doing it from here. But ironically, what it did is it amplified that.
It enabled it.
Yeah. And for people that are growing up when this came out or when this became available, I'm talking for the younger generation, that they don't know anything else but that. It'll get to the point where they won't know, like, they won't know. You guys used to like go out to socialize.
They're probably gonna be on the VR though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably
that's
the
next addiction they're trying
Yeah,
to create.
but I'm saying
100%.
like let's say grandchildren, and you're telling them about how we back in my day, and then we gonna turn into that like we are
Like,
back
what was
in
a
my
hookah lounge? What's a hookah lounge? What
no,
was that?
Well, let's go to our childhood. What was going outside and it was raining and you would feel the rain and run outside barefoot like
Right.
Yeah, what?
Right.
Run outside barefoot, the rain.
Right.
How's that fun? You're getting wet. It's like what?
Right.
I think some kids do that now though.
Yeah.
In this country.
Some
Thank
kids. Some
God.
kids do
I
that.
hope they never lose that.
Some
but-
kids haven't lost that essence of being a kid, right? Like for some, like adults, okay, if that's your world, you're lost in it. You're a lost cause. You can only get yourself out of it. But kids, we definitely have to try to make put a box around it or something to still give them that childhood experience, because if you never get to experience that, life pretty much sucks after that. You know what I mean? My bad.
Go ahead. No, my
No, I was-
bad. Go ahead. Go.
I was just gonna say, there's just a lot of people who didn't have a childhood, and it's just like, man, that's the one thing you can always go back to and feel great because you just have those memories. You know what I'm saying? And they're just being destroyed by these things.
Refill the spirit. So to tie it in with that, my nephews are so into that. I asked them how many friends do they have that are like neighbors. Los chamaquitos de la calle ahí.
Right.
Con que yo nunca te veo que I never see you guys hanging out with people.
No, y de la
Jamás.
forma que uno sabía que uno estaba en la casa, que todas las bicicletas estaban parqueadas.
Yeah,
frente a la casa
right,
de uno.
yes.
Right? So it's like, oh, Cesar here, Sabi here, Rem here, all the bikes is here, you know, like.
Down to the ways that a kid gets in trouble, right? Like a kid now gets in trouble by, stop, get away from the roadblocks and all that. Clean your
Go
room,
outside.
do this, go outside.
Right.
The way we used to get in trouble is we didn't come back in time. If you didn't come back in time, bro,
By that time,
the
that
light,
light,
that
that light came on.
You're ready. If you're not
inside-
in here, woo, you might as well find a new family to live with.
100%.
That shit
100%.
it's scary.
Yeah, it's becoming a lost thing, man. And to anybody out there having kids or raising kids, just try to be an awesome parent and give them coloring books and other things to do. Give them chalk to write outside.
That's right.
Let them give them off the screen time, and
That there's also like a downside to that, I feel too though. And that I think that's what led us to this point. It's like the dangerous part. Like think about all the missing kids before, like playing outside. That's why parents grew that fear of letting their kids go outside, is because like a random person could just come by, I don't know in America, but I know like back in Dominican Republic, it's like, yo, no hable con gente extraña, like I'm sure here it was the same, but it was probably different, so out here, ice cream truck, kid goes to like buy ice cream, bro, forget about it, gone, right?
Yeah.
In DR, we didn't really have ice cream truck. It was more like,
El Jung Jung,
yeah, it was like the random guy, so it's like, you think about those things, bro. And I think that led to like parents not wanting their kids outside. But now it's like we don't have a balance. It's either you're all outside and potentially getting in trouble or being in danger, or you're inside potentially wasting your brain away.
Right.
So it's like this imbalance of what we can and cannot let kids really do for themselves.
Right. And it's funny you say that, because I think it's our generation that's going to find that balance, right? Like our age group, people are, because we got to experience a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to us now to really say, okay, this is what might be able to work. You know, you can do this on this day. You know, you could have your iPad or your whatever for an hour or two. You know, but we're the ones who got to
pass down the balance.
Right. We have to be the ones because we are the ones who.
We're also the same generation that doesn't want to have kids, which is crazy, bro.
Bro, the numbers keep getting higher. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm on that list, bro.
Yeah.
I'm on that list, so it's like it's hard to see it and to like hear your point. I was like, damn, that's a very good point.
Absolutely.
But also, I'm more like, yeah, but I don't got to worry about that.
Right.
So
you know, I'd say to stay in the realm and in the world of consideration, because you know, there is one brother I met, I'll never forget him, and he said that his biggest regret in life was to not have kids.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be that brother.
That he didn't have a kid, and I'm just like, damn. And I said, why is that? He's like, man, well, you know, he's alone all the time. He only got, you know, a niece, and she's gonna start her life soon. You know, she might get married, have a kid.
But even if they have kids,
right,
the kids are eventually gonna do the same.
In a way, but that kid is yours, right? You can call him, you can pick up the phone. It's just like that. There's just a thing with that relationship that'll
It's a little closer, a little deeper.
A little deeper.
The connection is tighter.
Yeah, like I got a couple nieces and a couple nephews. You know, they don't hit me up on the frequent. I'm just, you know, they're not gonna, yo, Uncle Jamie, what's up? I'm busy. You know, that's probably just gonna be down the line. But when you got your own, it's different. So that's what I was you too. I don't want to have kids. You know, I'm good off that. They're expensive. They're crazy. But then I heard this man talk, and I saw it in his eyes too. That was just like everything. Like,
his words were true.
His words were true, bro. So I was just like, maybe one won't be.
He gonna have the one por si acaso.
Por si acaso.
Bro, his feeling reached out so deep. It changed your thing. You're like,
yeah,
maybe do I want a kid?
Yeah, because I tell you what, bro, I listen to old people. I listen to old people.
Well, they have experience.
They have experience. Yeah. I listen to wisdom, man. Like, you know, the best wisdom that I'm ever gonna get is from the person himself.
Some of them crazy as hell, but like some of them got bars,
bro. 100%, bro. And it's life shit that taught them, right? It wasn't even like because they learned it from somebody else or heard it from somebody else. It was something that happened to them, and it was, you know, I'm like, I always take it in because this life is a journey, bro, and you just never know what one person said that can actually give you that that oomph, as I call it, to kind of, you know, keep you going and keep you in that that straight line, I guess you could say, on your straight line.
It's crazy that you learning from something that an OG told you or taught you, right? Can give meaning to that horrible or hard situation that they went through.
Right.
Because now the meaning is that at least a peer, a family member or something, learned from that and they didn't fall into the same rut. Right. Versus that person just going through that and it was just a horrible experience and nothing good came out of it.
100%, man. And as human beings, we're meaning-making machines.
Connections, like you said.
Yeah, we make something mean. Like we'll find for something to make it mean something. You know what I mean? And I always try to just take what that is, take the what's so. If I need it, I'll take it. If I don't, lesson learned, I'll use it when I need it. You know what I mean?
We want to learn from you.
All right.
You said something a little while back. You said people don't read. People have somewhat of a knowledge of a child, or, you know, past
they have a reading level of 3rd, 4th grade reading level. Yeah.
So if you had to empower somebody on the path of kind of broadening their horizons, I personally would say be curious, be more curious.
Right.
Ask why all the time.
Right.
And don't stop till you get the answer. Because some people be like, oh, why is this like that? And then they never bother to use the PC in their pocketbook to know what something means or something like that. But if you had to empower somebody to somewhat, let's talk more like young adults or even adults already, to free themselves from the shackles that are, let's say, certain things placed in society by society.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether that's financial, whether that's free your mind, if you had to empower them, what would you say? Like, or what book or what piece of information would you suggest?
I would first like to have a conversation with the person just to see, what just interests them, right? What's their world about? What is it that they're actually hungry and desiring to learn? Because there's just such a vast world of information out there that, after you get all this information, what happens is you start hoarding it. Right. I started becoming a collector of books. I like the books in my hand and not in a PDF because, there's just a special magic thing with ink and paper. Right. It sticks in your brain longer. It's just real. And after a while, I just started collecting books. I'm like, I haven't even hit these books yet, and they're just collecting dust there. Right. So for me, my world got too big. So I would sit down with the person. What interests them? Where are they in the world? What is it that they actually want to accomplish? Because what starts to happen is the course of personal development. You know what I mean? You actually gonna have to start developing yourself as that person. Like a reader, that's why I said, just read 10 pages a day. Just start like that, just to get you going. Because what happens is people want to read a whole book in one day, and they just fall asleep within that hour of reading that book. That's happened even for me. I've fallen asleep because I'm trying to eat the whole book in one sitting, and it's not going to happen. So, there's a lot of things that can make a person excited to read. And for me, it's just like, what just interests you the most? At first it was bodybuilding books for me. I wanted to be the best bodybuilder, and then, like I said, I accidentally came across more science, and I started learning about the laws, civics, and the history of the Americas before the Europeans got here. I
hit the right one.
Yeah, I just, all of these things that I was interested in, I just picked them up and, just went with it. And I always liked history too in school, so I was just always a reader. I always like to learn synonyms and antonyms and different words, and just to build my vocabulary. Because like I said, the more words you put in your head, the smarter you're going to become.
I could tell because you didn't stutter when you said synonym and synonyms. And I would have butchered that.
You did butcher as you try to recite it.
No, I did it for the joke.
Yeah, man. Look, even don't matter what age you are, bro, just pick up a book, even if it's just for 10 minutes. It's so good for your soul. Start with the Bible if you want. I don't care, because there's so much wisdom in the Bible too. But the thing is with the Bible is that we take it so serious when it's, an allegoric book. There's a lot of codes.
Well, it's sold to us very serious too, though.
It's sold very serious.
So
100%.
That's bars right there.
You're welcome, bro. You're welcome.
You're right, bro.
Yes,
No,
sir.
you're right about that.
I feel like every time you talk to anyone that's in specific religion, and let's just talk about, because we mentioned Bible, the Christians or Catholics, they make that such a serious topic or thing, the way they're trying to sell it to you,
100%.
that at least for me, it turns me off from it.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, bro, it's too deep, bro. Relax.
Eat this.
Especially as a kid. Think about a kid. All they want to do is play,
The worst thing.
have fun. They want to go whatever with their friends. You want to force a book this thick in their face and tell them God sent this.
Right.
Read it.
And if you don't
or you go to hell.
Right.
What's with all the bro, I don't even want to do it now. I'm scared.
100%. That's why I always said, man, if I ever have that blessing to have kids, I'm not pushing religion on them or anything like that, because it's like...
Are you religious at all?
I had my journey for sure. I studied them all. I was raised a Catholic, studied 7 denominations in Christianity, went to... studied Islam for a little bit, but stopped that because with Islam, you need there's not a lot of real teachers, as I could say, I came across. And when it came to Islam, it became so serious that I felt like I'm not ready yet. You know what I mean? I will still chop it up with the brothers and still try to, read some of the Quran and do my thing. But when it got so serious in my face, I'm like,
your discipline wavered.
My discipline, I felt like it wasn't as strong to honor it, because you just can't. You couldn't. It was such a beautiful thing. You couldn't just take it as a joke. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of laid off for it. And I'm just waiting for God to send me the right messenger, the right teacher and everything, so I can actually devote to it, because you can't just say, I'm going to just do it and study it like I did with the rest. Now, everything was a journey. Everything was a pace. And yeah, I'm very grateful for that, because I had to keep it real with myself. I'm like, yo, this not even for me yet. This is some high teaching stuff right here.
Yo, the wait for the right messenger is crazy.
You got to. I'm that for some people. So I know that's going to come to me, because that's how I kind of see it. It's just, it's going to come my way when the time is right.
Yeah, that's crazy how you can grasp the information better. Like,
oh yeah, you're just, you're committed in a way. You're not in a way, but you're actually 100% committed. You don't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and you don't have doubts. You don't have anything. It's just, it is what it is, and I'm ready for it. Just like you'll take on, this new job, this new career that you're taking serious. This is what it is. And you're actually committed. You're not going to miss any days. You're not going to miss any prayers. You're not going to miss any fasting.
Yeah.
You're not going to, you know what I'm saying?
all in.
Yeah. And that, I highly respect that religion and that faith. And
Sure.
There's so many people who take it serious. Everybody take their religion serious. I just felt like I had to dabble a little bit in everything to coexist and just learn, because I felt like at that time there was a disconnect for me with God and people and everything else. And I'm just like, man, I learned the secret of life right there. And it was just, all of these things are like the same. It's just, how do you treat it and how you coexist with others? You know what I'm saying? And that was the big aha moment for me, and my relationship with God got stronger, and I could pick up any book and I understand it and comprehend it, and I can actually be with it and not say, well, your God is better than this God, or that's totally biased, because I'm just so in coexistence with the world and what all the other religions are. It's what you choose. You're gonna gain mad wisdom from whichever one you choose.
It's down to self-conclusion, and I think people fail to realize that is like, bro, you need to make your conclusion your own. And I know we say this a lot on the pod, but that's how true it is. It's like, you don't ever have to take something fully if it doesn't fully serve you.
Correct.
Take the teachings that work for you. Take the benefits that work for you from that and apply it and fine tune it to your life. Like Facts. You said it yourself. The Bible, people take it too serious word for word, and it's an allegory book. You're supposed to read it, right? Analyze it, and draw from it the benefits for thing. What is it? Whatever doesn't serve you from it,
right? Don't
disrespect it. You don't need to disrespect it, because that will serve somebody else.
Facts.
But leave it right there. Park right there what you don't need. Take what you want with you,
right?
And what you think will serve you,
right?
And study all religions, because it's about being curious, like you said.
You got to keep an open mind, bro. You got to keep an open mind. And if, one of the most exciting books, you got to get a Black's Law Dictionary. Please get a Black's Law Dictionary. Every American should have a Black's Law.
What is a Black's Law Dictionary?
So a Black's Law Dictionary book it's a dictionary that gives you the root meaning of words.
I gotta write that down.
Yeah,
it'll be in the descriptions, but I'll text it to you, brother.
Yeah.
Man.
So a lot of judges and lawyers use these when you're studying law.
Root of words.
Yeah, when you're studying law, when you're studying civics, when you're studying history, it's great to have. Even when you're just studying contracts, you're studying any of these things. A Black's Law Dictionary is great to have, because you are going to get the root word and what it means, right? It's the etymon. I don't know if you ever heard of etymon and etymology.
Yeah, for sure. The etymology.
Yeah.
Etymology. See
Etymology.
what I mean?
All
you
good.
Read books.
You're gonna get a lot of root words of these
that.
things, because it's like when people say they're nice. I never call myself nice. I'm a kind person, but I know the root meaning of the word nice, which means stupid. You could Google it too. You could Google what's the etymon of the word nice. And you're going to see it means stupid, a nimwit. So
like somebody
nice,
simple, like a
as in naive.
Nice as in naive.
Naive, which is kind of cousin of
Tontito.
stupid,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Right.
You're a simpleton.
But that's right. And that's the root word of the word nice. But we use it every day. I'm a nice guy. I was just nice to you. What are you
Fuck
talking
that.
about?
I'm not nice
I'm
no
not
more.
nice, dude. I'm a kind guy. I'll tell you, I'm a kind person. I love making a difference. I love doing, I'm a people person, and I could be with anything and anyone, any race, any religion, any skin color. But I'm not a nice guy because I know the root meaning of that word. And, once you take me,
I need that book.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm a kind guy, you're a friendly guy, Geymy Zapata, always here. But yeah, that's how, and once you start getting that power, that understanding, you start being really careful with your words and what you spit out. How you start describing yourself and you start, describing other people, what have you. It's, subconsciously speaking, your subconscious don't know the difference. So
You're eloquent as damn, man. God damn, bro.
so subconscious not gonna make a difference. So yeah, you got to be present to your words.
I'm definitely gonna I'm definitely gonna get that book, bro.
Yo, that in itself is crazy. I need that book though. But you were saying something about the generations of the book. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So when you get a fourth generation and under, they're just less messed with. Because as dictionaries change,
Just
books
like
change.
Bibles, they're manipulated over time.
They're so manipulated, and man, lawyers got a lot of money, man, and especially if they have an agenda or something, they can manipulate any book. But those books aren't messed with. Fourth edition and under, as per the master teachers who taught me, Taj Tariq Bey, Jamal Abdullah Bey as well, riseofthemoors.org. Remember that.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to them.
RV Bay Publications as well. They taught it so exact. Excuse me. And you want to have one of those. You want to have a any unabridged dictionary as well. I believe.
What does that mean? I've seen that before. Unabridged. What does that mean?
They're just breaking down the words better for you. They're not connected. They're just giving you breakdowns of the word.
Okay.
Webster's dictionary is good too. Words are so important, man. Excuse me. So important. And again, it just becomes an automatic thing because once you start filling yourself with that, it just takes off. Your brain, you can't control your brain controls you. And once it start having its fun with the words you're giving it, it's taking off on its own. 100%.
I'm definitely gonna.
Is that why on Duolingo they don't teach us to say nice? They teach you to say kind.
You might be nice. I'm kind, bro.
No. But that I just something just clicked.
Mhm.
I'm learning French right now on
Okay.
Duolingo. There's no point at which they're using the word nice. They use the word kind to describe the neighbors instead of nice. At no point does it say I have a nice neighbor. It says I have a kind neighbor.
Right.
You stupid Americans with your nice and your bullshit. You don't even know the meaning of the word nice. We are kind people. You Americans, you stupid people.
See, and that just happened now. That just clicked for you now. So imagine whenever you are curious of another word, you're gonna go look that up and say, "Whoa, wait, should I use this word again, or should you know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
And that's how it all is.
I'm about
man.
to pick up sign language, bro. I'm about to find so much shit in there.
I don't know what's the best Braille book for you, but you'll let me know.
I might die if I can't talk, but that might be the choice, man.
You'll let me know.
Is there any connections to the power of the word and the reasons why monks don't like to speak?
Yeah, man, 100%. Like those monks study and are the way they are because they know the powers of words, the powers of thought. These people that stay away years and years away from their families and mountains and they're just secluded. Like, bro, I believe, like, we haven't seen it in camera, and there's been brothers that have shown in camera, but you see monks that be floating. I don't know if you've seen that video.
I've never seen that.
There's monks that are breaking rocks.
That I've seen.
You know what I'm saying? With their fists, bare fists, and it's just
from right there.
Yeah, bro.
Bang.
And it's all that seclusion, all that studying, all that breathing breathing is the most powerful technique and exercise for a human being. So when they're doing a lot of those breathing techniques and a lot of those exercises, and they're secluded out there, they're also they're making their chi powerful.
So they're channeling energy.
They're channeling that chi, and that chi alone. There's been kung fu masters you see on YouTube too that you don't even put their hands on them. They do this, and you bouncing on the other side of the room because their chi energy is so high and so enforced. And that just takes so many years of training that they exclusively know, right? Like we could probably try to buy a book and do the stuff in our backyard, but those brothers been doing it for 30, 40 years, and they're committed.
And secluded also,
Yeah.
which means they don't have any distractions, anything taking them away from that.
None of that.
Life devotion, for lack of a better word.
Life devotion.
Yeah.
To like, and they're voting their life to themselves, really, when you look at it. They're like, bro, they cut out their family. They cut out their dream career.
That's crazy.
Moved away from the city, whatever they lived in, and they just said, this is my calling. This is my life. You know, there's some weird cults out there. Be careful with the weird cults out there that'll tell you that. But, you know, there's real monks that do the real thing, and it's
life
totally
purpose
beneficial.
is just laser focus.
Just focus, bro. And they won't give it up for nothing, because that's the essence of their life. They, you know, it's like when a man has peace, you know, we wouldn't give that up for anything. You know what I'm saying? Our peace could be just chilling, gaming, you know, doing our thing at home in our room, whatever. And, you know, we won't give that up for anything. It's the same thing for them. That's their life. They're learning, they're eating healthy. They got a fresh baldy every day, but you know what I'm saying? They in comfortable clothes. They don't gotta, you know, they don't need to mix up with this everyday
flashy,
society.
Don't be flashy.
They don't need any chains. They don't need any J's. They don't need, you know, they don't need to ride
attention or even validation from anybody.
Nobody, bro. Those people live the purest, probably in the happiest life.
That's true.
Yeah, that's something I have heard, is that their life is so like at peace, which is what brings them happiness overall. Like they don't have any worries, concerns, or like none of that. And you know, to what you said earlier, like they leave their entire life behind.
That's crazy to me.
Like some people are actually like very like either wealthy or have a good career or like a big family, and they go do that. Which blows my mind. It's like, bro, you left so much responsibility behind, but it's really to find yourself and like to find that peace of mind so you can actually be happy. Because everything else gives you like, it's almost like a temporary happiness also, right?
Yeah.
It's like in moments you're happy, but this gives you a permanent happiness, a state of happiness.
Facts. And it's like, you know, those people find it just earlier. You know, a lot of men, today we try to find our happiness as we're transitioning in life. Like, oh, we just got the career, so I'm happy for this little portion of my life. But then this happens, and now I'm in some other stuff. So, but you know, it's
trial and error brings you to the truest form of yourself.
Facts. And you know, out here, man, it's just a different reality compared to, you know, being soothed by the calming sounds of the rivers and the winds, and you're just
in the Himalayas.
Shit.
That's what I'm trying to go for real.
It's a total, man, just two different dimensions.
I wonder what that point looks like, right? When it's the type of thing, like you said, there's certain of them that have a full life, and then they just release and let go, and then they do what they. I gotta think that at some point deep down, they knew that they were yearning for that.
Yeah.
And that just kept building and kept building and kept building till they're like, they got to the point. And that's the point that I think it's beautiful. Must have been super scary for them, but beautiful. That point where it's like at the height of everything. And they're just like, nope, even family, even this and this and that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Not in a disrespectful way that it doesn't matter. They do, those lives and those situations do matter, but it doesn't matter.
That calling was higher.
In the face of this calling.
Right.
And to just be like, shit, I'm about to take off my suit. Hey, I'm butt naked. I'm going to that mountain. They might give me an orange thing to put on over there, bro.
Show up and they go, we don't want you. Damn. Show up at the door. They're going to be like, you are not ready, my son. You are not ready yet.
You are not the
Yo,
chosen
that
one.
would be deep, bro.
That would be destructive.
Go back down the mountain.
What you gonna do? Go back to your family after you left them?
Right.
Hell no.
Right.
They're gonna be like, we don't want you either.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Lost my way, who?
Whoa.
Get at it.
Bro,
Lost
that's deep,
tragic.
bro.
That'll be so tragic.
You lost your what? You lost your way? Our kid is one. You lost your way?
No, man, that's
About to stay lost.
I would stay there until they took me in. There's no looking back at that point.
But look, that might be the test. They might turn everybody away.
Right.
And that might be the test. If you're out there on some like you see
Wait
the
a
movie,
week outside.
yeah,
naked
like you seen the movie,
in the rain.
you seen Doctor Strange. I understand it's a movie, but
Yeah.
you seen Doctor Strange?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, so his career, he's a surgeon, right? Not to go off the deep end as I always do, but he's a masterful surgeon, and he's used to the attention because his name is held high
He's big,
amongst
yeah.
the medical community. He's the top he's the best surgeon there is. And he wrecks his Audi or his vehicle, and he crushes his hands, and they're not as steady as they ever. It can't. And then through one way or another, he finds out someone that couldn't walks, right? He doesn't know how he does it. But anyway, he chases down the rabbit hole and ends up with the monks. And they do not want him. And it's exactly what you're describing. He's knocking at the door. He's sleeping outside of the door. And only when he's completely he doesn't go back to the United States. He's just only when he's completely broken, he's a homeless man in front of their doorstep, do they open the door. And it's like, come inside, bro.
Now I have to see this movie. And please don't get at me on the comments because I haven't seen this movie. Yeah, I know it's an old
It's
one.
irrelevant to what anybody's gonna say. It's just
Yo, that's crazy though. That's deep. Not to change the subject, but we have to talk about this because earlier we were talking about the Moors, I believe you said.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Rise of the Moors, RV Bay Publications too.
You mentioned the traveling versus driving, which to me, I was automatically like, whoa,
Mind blown.
go there, please.
Yes. So you actually have a birthright to travel upon the highways, the airways, the roadways. As free as you are, it's your birthright as a human being. See, what happens is that here we incorporated everything, right? The United States of America incorporated everything. They give you a fee for your fishing's license, right? If you want to go fishing, you have to go get a license for that in some places.
wild. Yeah.
Which is wild.
Pay a fee, yeah.
Right? Now, we're talking about traveling. Something that we've been doing since
Beginning of man.
the beginning of man, since they invented the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got on our carts and our horses and we traveled, right? And that's something that still exists today. The difference is that if you're going to be doing any type of driving, you need a license, because driving actually is participating in business and in commerce. And see, what we did with the Europeans when they came here, we signed a treaty with them of peace and friendship. They can do business here. They were able to incorporate many of our free birthrights into businesses, because granted, and I've gotten pulled over before, and I've, dealt with very kind officers. Shout out to some officers out there. You're not all completely dickheads, and I appreciate some of y'all.
There you go.
And because they know their laws, and I'll say that because they know their stuff. A lot of them just want to be rah-rah, whatever, but, when it doesn't have to be a heated interaction or a heated conversation every time an officer pulls you over, because, they're just doing their job.
Yeah.
They want to go home just like we want to go home, and they got
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? They got families like they do. I got friends that are officers, and very considerate of. And of course, there's a lot of bad ones, but just like there's a lot of good ones. And
It's fair to say.
you know what I'm saying? And I can say it because I've dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? And some of them even have came surprised when I showed them my ID, and I'm just like, yeah, well, I'll give them both. I'll say, here's my license, and here's my American National card, my loyal American National card. and they'll be like, well, what the hell is this? Some of them have seen me with the fez and they know what this fez means. But a lot of them are just like, I want this one. I'm like, I'll give you this one, but I'm not driving, I'm traveling. And some stuff will be said there, and he'll read the back of what this says, and then he'll go to his card, maybe waste some time, and he'll tell me, all right, have a good night, buddy.
Because he ain't got no choice.
Got no other choice. Also, when you scan this card, when you scan the back here, it says do not pull over.
What? Why?
That barcode right there. So the person who helped me do this card here, this ID, he had some specialized paperwork in order to what you call put with the municipal, and you had to basically just file them or whatever so they know it's you, because you're going by your appellation. You don't even like, that's another thing between a name and an appellation.
8-hour episode, 8-hour episode. Let's go.
You have a name and you have an appellation. What is a name? A name that we have in our IDs is in all caps. You can only identify corporations like that. When I'm moving in my full estate body, my body, I live in my body, so I'm moving in propria persona. I have an appellation. So there's a huge different worlds, because when they say, "Oh, is this your?" No, I'm Geymy Zapata Bay. That's the straw man in all caps, because there's just two different worlds, completely two different worlds. You're in the world of corporation, and then you're in the world of living.
As doing business in one.
Doing business in one.
And just living
living in the other. As your birthrights that God gave you and the laws that back you up that these are your given birthrights. Like, they cannot take it away from you unless you just give it to them. And that's what happens with most of our Americans out here, most of our people that are still asleep, is that they don't read enough, they don't study enough to say, this is mine, let me study it.
The power of words.
The power of words, because it's telling them, like, bro, this is your birthright. You should be proclaiming this. You should be living this every day, but you're not. You'd rather be, this so-called whatever else, so-called black, so-called African-American, so-called Latino, so-called Hispanic, so-called whatever crayon you're calling yourself today. Because here's another thing. Black in the dictionary is an adjective. Since when has a human being, a person, can describe himself as an adjective? They get us in the words in the dictionary. I always tell my brothers and sisters, y'all are Americans. We are Americans. We pertain to one continent, whether it's the islands in Puerto Rico, DR, whatever, the continent on this side, north, central, south, one continent, all Americans. You can't, that's in your bloodline that you can't just take away. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ancestors built that, and the knowledge is there, but if you don't look for it, you don't study it, you're not gonna reap the benefits of it. Because it's not just, see, I'll tell you what, a lot of people, they got into it, they were just looking for the free money, the free cribs, the free taxes, and all of that. And there's no fight in the revolution when that happens. You just want your benefits. Yeah. When I started getting into this movement, it was because it empowered me to actually be a full-blooded human being with actual rights. Like, bro, these are actual birthrights that are in courts that they can say these are yours, but we don't know how to read, so we don't know how to apply them, and we don't know how to use them.
And all they have to do to kill you with their lack of knowledge is anything you say can and will be used
against you all day. See, when courts communicated with me and sent me tickets or whatever, it's a letter game. You don't talk to these people. You just send a note back. There's things that you have to study in order what to say and all of that, but responsibly, and they know that. They know this. I've been into courts, and they know me when I see me when I come in my fez, and they're just like,
it's just they know they can catch more people slipping than not.
Of course, they're always And one brother told me, he was like, "Stop putting a mark on your back." When last time I left the courtroom, he was just like, "Stop putting a mark on your back, because we all know who you are." And it's like, it was a flex, but it wasn't a flex, because they don't want you to wake up too many people. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
The less that know, the better. But at the same time, you know, when you're in that movement, you want to empower brothers and sisters. You want to empower people. And I stepped away from it for a little bit because there was just a lot of selfish reasons people wanted to join the movement and empower others. And you know, when I got involved heavily, it was really to empower our brothers and sisters, community, like actually start community. Giving food, giving shelter, giving clothing, starting, you know, drives like, you know, for backpacks and school materials and stuff like that. Really come like a community and, you know, remind people like, yo, this, like, we are y'all, y'all are us. This is for y'all. We are the Moors. This is our ancient name. You know, we are the true indigenous Americans of this land, and you are too. You got to embrace it. Come study it. Come read it, you know?
When that awakening found you, right, and you learned the knowledge or started a journey of learning the knowledge in order to empower yourself, was something happening in your life? Did something happen that turned you that way?
Yeah, man.
Or it wasn't purely curiosity.
It was both, man. Because you know, I was coming home. I met some brothers in there that just dropped some gems on me. They didn't even say a lot, bro. They just dropped a couple things, and they just let me go on the journey, which I'm forever grateful for, because it's like, you know, that's all you need to start that spark on somebody. Some people are like that. Some people aren't. Me, I'm definitely one of those where if you just drop me a nugget, you drop me a jewel, you drop me a gem, I'm going to go to where you found that gem. I'm going to keep digging down that quarry where you found that gem, because there's probably a lot more. And it was, you know, it's an illustrious history that we don't get taught about. But if you go to Spain, if you go to the other side, to the eastern side of the world, they know all this.
They're not slick.
You know,
with their bulls and their
right,
bullshit. Bro.
right.
That's why it's bullshit.
Right. And you know, there's so many scholars that'll just straight up tell you, yeah, we know this, bro. Where you been at?
Damn.
But we're the only ones that don't know.
How come the people over here in the European side or the other side of the world, why do they know that and we don't?
Because on this side, you know, even the education system is controlled. I learned this after I came out of high school. I learned this already. I was like 19, 20, right? And, you know, this came from just being attentive to my surroundings too, because I would see brothers that will be like 5%ers, right? You know who 5%ers are?
No.
So that's another group of brothers that will go preaching the word of Allah and the supreme knowledge. It will be like it'll be a lot of what more science is. They'll have some of that, but they also had a lot of Islam. But you'll have your 5%ers. You had you had the Israelites as well going around. So, you know, I would just be so curious about what all these people are talking about till I see this one brother with a fez, and I'm like, I've been seeing this fez everywhere I go. This is the guy I got to talk to.
He's calling you.
You know what I'm saying? Got to speak to the brother or whatever. He gave me some information, and I've been in the rabbit hole since. You know what I'm saying? And it's a journey.
So if I wanted to study that journey, that rabbit hole, where would I start?
You would go to riseofthemoors.org.
Okay.
And then there's another website called rvbaypublications.com. And that's where I started. I started in RV Bay, and Rise of the Moors came about years later with our brother Jamal. Shout out Jamal, man. Real leader, real warrior. He's been in and out of courts. He's always fighting courts and getting courts cases dismissed. Real brother I looked up to, just a warrior, man. He don't give up. He was also a Marine too. He fought for this country. Tough guy, man. Just but he knows his laws. He knows, you know, the bullshit that, you know, goes on into this country, and the people that are still in their sleepy state that won't take affairs of men, because this is affairs of men. Anytime you're dealing with, you know, anything that's law, civics, you know, history, politics, stuff like that. These are the affairs of men. And that was the big lack of, you know, when I'm like, yo, man, there's not enough men standing up and, you know, fighting the fight, fighting the battle. And then life happens. You get older. That fire kind of burns down as you get older because you got to get serious about life. But still, you're some way
You start
in the
giving
fight.
up on some
You're still supporting some way, somehow, because it's you know, I was so invested in it that it's, at this point, I can't turn back around. You know, it's like, this is what I know. This is what's real for me. This is what's shown me is real. And there's text and proof to show it. So
you pulled the veil, so you can't put it back. You can't put it back on and be like, I don't know. I really don't know what was behind that already.
Right. Can you play yourself for that stupid? Can you really fool yourself like that? Never.
You'll be worse than the nice person.
You'll be exactly. You'll be so delusional, my guy. So delusional.
So, what happened in 2021 with the Moors?
Were you aware of that? What happened?
I just became aware.
Okay, you just came aware.
That's why I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, maybe
I was supposed to
know
go
better
on
than
that
me.
trip. I was supposed to go on that trip. It was the 4th of July weekend, I believe.
Yeah, it says here.
And you know, we was just gonna go for training. We was just gonna go for training, camp out, learn how to shoot. Which a lot of militias already do that. There's so many militias that are legit.
And you're allowed to do that?
And you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to practice your Second Amendment. Everybody is allowed to practice their Second Amendment. Follow your Constitution, right? And what they didn't like was how it looked, right? You got melanated brothers there. You got weapons. You got camp stuff. So these people are thinking that they're up to something bad when really we was just going to go as a family to a camp. They had land. And we was just supposed to go out there, have a good time, learn how to shoot. Because like I said, he's a Marine. He was going to be our instructor. And that was a bad day, man. It was a battle because he was in there for a long time too.
What actually happened? I didn't finish reading. As soon as I saw that, I was like, nah, let me ask you.
I don't know if I'm allowed to full disclose because I still think he's
never
going
mind.
Yeah, but check that out because he's been home. And he was able to get out of it. I think one of our brothers are still in there. I'm not sure. I think they're all home. But
they arrested?
They arrested a few of our brothers in there. They were in there for a long time. One of them were in there for about a year and some change. It got crazy, man. It got crazy, but it's all because of exercising your birthright. Sometimes that's gonna go down. Is
the being arrested or dealing with I'm already going to assume, even though I don't like to assume, that you deal with the law a lot or law enforcers a lot based on the fact that this is basically taking the control back to you and away from them.
Well, I would say definitely not. I don't make myself obvious. We're in the matrix. You got to kind of know when to turn it on or when to just stay low key as possible where they can't even recognize you, know you. I don't cause no static. I don't cause no noise or nothing. When the situation does come out, this is who I am. This is my identification. What do you need? We could talk or whatever. But, you know, it'll be one of those things where I'm so respectful of the law because I'm also enforcing the law. So I can't be disrespectful towards the law when I'm also trying to obey and enforce the law. The whole thing about it is, you know, it's knowledge for you to defend yourself. It's knowledge for you to have equipped in your mind because you see the senseless abuse that happens with people that don't know the law, that don't know they're just the regular stuff. And it's just like, they're average. They get oppressed. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't disrespect officers. I don't try to be Mr. Macho Man with all these laws. Like, no, bro, you know the law. I know a little bit of the law. I'm not going to say I know more than you because you're supposed to study more than me. But if we're going to go to it, we're going to have to speak in these jargons and speak in these words because this is what you do. I want to go home safe. You want to go home safe. There's no need for me to try to be rah, 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 whatever. All right, look, you don't want to let me go? You want to give me my citation, my ticket? I'll go about my way. I know how to handle that. I'll fill it how I'm supposed to fill it. We don't have a contract together. I go about your way, you go mine. I go mine. And that's really it. That's how it should be with every officer. It shouldn't be no rah stuff. Like I've seen officers that see me with my fez and they stop me because they want to take a picture. They know what's up.
Yeah, because you're not there. It's almost like being disarming and just because what you want is to be respected and your laws to be respected.
That's it. Respect me as the human being that you see walking on these streets.
Put anybody down.
No, bro, I'm not trying to get you fired. I'm not trying to sue your police station. I'm not trying to start no shit with the law or nothing. I'm a human being that's practicing his birthrights. And that should be every human being walking on this earth. It's just
that almost to me, bro, it seems like extremely unfair. And I know unfair is like some bullshit. Like it's probably got a different meaning in the other dictionary.
I was about to say that. I was
So,
like, what's
like,
it really mean?
I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. But like, bro, the fact that they don't like they prevent us from knowing all of these things, but yet they throw us into their game right away as soon as we're born.
right.
Like, give us. Like, who's supposed to tell us this? I'm supposed to wait 33 years to meet you on a podcast to learn this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, because even Thomas Jefferson told you ignorance of the law excuses no one. Right? So everything is
He
in the
didn't tell
book.
me that, though.
Yeah, I know. It hurts to hear that like that, right? But ignorance of the law excuses no one. And that's something that, people will try to cop a plea with and say, well, I didn't know I was supposed to do this. And nah, bro, your duty, your civic duty as a citizen on this state, whatever city and state you live in, is to know your state constitution and read the statutes and its codes and its laws and everything in it, because that's where they will get you. Every time you step out that door, it's a liability for you to get a ticket on something. You know what I mean? And I mean, they're so light out here with it, but people don't get jaywalk tickets or anything like that. But try that in New York.
Yeah. New York is heavy with that.
New York is crazy heavy with that. So, that's every citizen's duty. Their civic duty is to study that. If you're going to read any book at all throughout the year, it should be that one on repeat. Facts.
With the words or a different one?
The constitutions. When you have your constitution, you keep your dictionary with you, because you want to, if you don't understand the word, you want to go back to it and like, okay, now, because the jargon is heavy sometimes, and it's like, when's the last time you went to school? I graduated 07,
my God.
I graduated 07.
Bro, I didn't even speak English when I graduated
You
high
know what I'm
school.
saying?
So to me, it was like, man, I'm just living.
Right.
And I'm over here following all these laws.
Yeah.
I'm signed up to the government, apparently. Like, bro, I didn't know none of
I
this.
wanted to go to college. I had to be part of the reserve. Why? Why I gotta be? Yeah. But look, as far as what you said with them not teaching us, doesn't history teach us though? Like with women, they kept them home. They couldn't read. They wouldn't let them teach them how to read.
See, a lot of these things, at least for me, I learned later because I started looking for information. It wasn't school.
Right. No, hell no.
School didn't teach me any of that.
No, they're going to teach you how to be a good worker.
Yeah.
That's all school is.
They're going to teach me how to follow
They're going to teach you how to follow instructions. Listen, follow the leader. You're supposed to know how to read, count, know your name, follow instructions, and go do your job, right? Yeah. If you start thinking for yourself, then you start becoming a problem. That's what happens to Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. It's just like he started, he realized
too much.
He knows too much now. He took the red pill. He took the red pill. Now he can't go back. This is it now, right?
Because you're a potential for other people to start knowing too much,
right?
Which is a potential for them to lose their grasp.
Of course.
On you.
I just enlightened him. He will never be dimmed down ever again.
No.
That's another reason why I'm a beacon of light. Once I give you some light, bro, you are staying on forever.
You know what's crazy? When I started learning about money and trying to understand money for myself, that's when I thought that I was like blown away. But now like money was just like one way to like separate myself from the control of their power.
Facts.
But like me, myself, I never separated myself from that.
Right.
So now, hopefully, going down this road, not even hopefully, I already know it.
Yeah.
From listening to what you're saying, I'm like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm still a slave, even if I choose my own money
Right.
that's outside of the system, because they're controlling me in other ways.
Here's my question to you. Do you still work like 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week?
Just about.
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're just like still in the system.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you know when you're not working anymore, when you're working 4 hours a week, that's when you made it. You know, you're working a 4-hour work week. Your bills are getting paid. Your wife is happy. Your dogs are happy. You're planning a vacation. You know, again, there's money left over. That's when you made it. That's when you want, because you have all your time. You have all your time. And then now you have money, you could, man, the whole world changes, right? Because it's like now you can start doing things with your time that you couldn't do before. You have to exchange that for pay.
Yeah.
You had to go clock in. You had to go answer to somebody. You had to, you know, stay at this place for 10 hours just so that you can provide a living. That's, you know, you're still losing if you're still there. My bad. Go ahead.
No, it's crazy that they pay you when you work, when really you're paying them with time. So you're not paying them or them. You're exchanging.
You're exchanging.
You're exchanging your time for pay.
Yeah.
But time and these words, I'm gonna paraphrase because I don't want to mess up the man's quote, but this man right here told me once, like, time is the most valuable resource, and it's the only one you can't get back.
It's
bro.
the only asset you can't buy back, bro. And that's why it's such a important thing to kind of you wanna win in the game of life on that aspect first, as quick as possible, because your time is all you got, bro.
Yeah, to get that time back.
To get that, but here's the thing where they kill us at: sleep deprivation. When you can't sleep your 8 to 9 hours, and then you got to go do it again, explotado, come back, catching maybe 6 hours tonight, maybe 5. You know, the less sleep that you get, you're doing more harm to you and more deprivation to you. And then you think about it, you retire at what age on average in this country? Don't say
Don't ask the French.
dying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't ask the French. They just increased they just increased their age to when they can retire.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah, but by then you're a shell of your
You're dead.
former
You're
self.
dead, bro.
Yeah, you're dead. You're done.
dead. You
stupid the mouth.
you don't get to really we get to live maybe a good 15, 20 years of our life if we got money to live it.
Yeah.
Right? Like the actual live, who we are and who we really want to be. We only got a small window of that of maybe 10, 20 years. And that's if you made the money to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people get lucky with, you know, making a big bag in their lifetime. You know, some people don't even get to touch or even say that they accumulated $1 million, you know.
Now you say lucky. Do you feel like everybody falls into that lucky scenario, or is it more of they never knowledge themselves and willed themselves to build it?
There's two. Okay, so you could get lucky, and you can educate yourself about money, finances, and stuff, and build a wealth empire, right? Because money is another language.
It's just
money is a language, bro. Money is a language. Money is a powerful tool. Also, if you don't know how to use it, it can be gone just as quick as you made it.
It's not even good or bad. It just amplifies more of that what that person is also.
Right. 100%.
If you're a good person, you got more money, you can reach more people, help more people.
100%.
If you're somewhat of a shitty person, but you was broke,
right?
People didn't see how shitty you were because you couldn't show it. The moment you got money, you use that money to do harm.
If you don't know how to maintain it, how to, you know, flip it, if you don't know how to, harness it's how long you can keep it, not how fast you could blow it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like I always say, anybody who knows money and can get money and you will always be able to find a way to get money. Like that, money will never be your problem. You know what I'm saying? But there's people that, you know, they get lucky, they come across some money, whether it could be, a life insurance policy, or it could be inheritance, or it could be lottery and stuff. And they don't know they don't know the principles of money and how much respect you need to have for money. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to keep it that long, because
I always think of professional athletes, and like maybe a professional athlete that didn't have that guidance.
Right.
You see how they blow that.
Facts. Because as a people, we ain't never had shit.
And they never been taught shit.
Ain't never been taught shit. Like we might have been told, save $100 from your check every time you get paid.
Down to the mattress.
But real financial education, like real, again, it's our generation that needs to lead and give that balance to kind of, because look at how other families do. There's families that keep their money in trusts.
Bro.
They keep their stuff in trust. They deal with credit union banks, and they don't. What the hell is a checking account, right? It's like these are people that they have different and more powerful access. Yeah, they still have checking accounts and credit unions, but what I'm saying is the power play that they have, and it's just a different world when you're in different institutions.
And the unity, bro.
Yeah.
It might be immigrants come over here, huddle up 10 people in a house, and you might look at that like, dang, y'all live uncomfortable as hell, but all that whole family that's crammed into an apartment, it's hella people there, and you can see how uncomfortable they're living. You might have your little apartment that you're paying most of your check for and slaving for, right? Those people in 5 years will have a business that will enable them to not only get out of that place, help. And this is the difference between certain people. They'll help each other, right? They'll be successful in the business together. Each one get their own house or get a biggest house, everybody living there.
Right.
Their children are coming, such and such nephews. They teach them and they enable them and they arm them with already some money to invest, so they don't start as behind as they did. So they're already ahead by that. Then that person grows, builds a business, is grateful to their parents, uncles, XYZ, right?
Facts.
Gives it back to them, flourishes. Now they're known as a big family that is successful in business. Now for the generations to come, they don't even got to start that far back.
No, man.
And they just sacrifice what they needed to sacrifice versus, I want these luxuries that really I don't deserve yet.
No, man. That's the thing that kills us as a people. We go for the name brand stuff. We got to look good. It's the bravado. You know what I'm saying? The bravado always gets us at the ego, man. And, we come from that culture where, we are the drip. Right?
Yeah.
You got to think about it. A lot of people copy us.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
but we're copying people though. The same way you said, like, with your father, how you wanted to emulate him.
Yeah.
We putting all this flashy shit on, it's to give the image
Facts.
of wealth, because we don't know how to get wealth. So the best we could do is play the part and look it.
And how that quote says that we are trying to impress people that we don't even like. Right?
And that's crazy.
Right? So that's and I've seen it.
The psychological is crazy, bro.
I've seen it. I've seen an Indian family that came here years ago, and they all didn't leave that house until they all had their own house.
And they're all crammed up, and you might judge them and say whatever. You're like, that's crazy. I would never be able to sleep in the same room with 7 people unless I had to. But here you could get a job with my little check. I could have my own room. Yeah, bro. But in 5 years, it's like how you said.
Right.
They won't leave there till everybody in the house is good.
Has a house.
But you got to think to the point you made earlier on in the pod. They come here with that knowledge of being a free person or
Facts.
separate from
Facts.
let's say the license to the Moors, right? It's like they understand that
100%,
because of where they come from. So they come here with a different mindset. They don't come here already like born into the matrix.
No.
They come here, they enter the matrix, and they're like, oh, this shit crazy. Right? But I still know what it's like to be outside of it. So I'm going to go into it to get what I need and then step right back out because I don't fuck with what's going on inside of it.
Right.
So
They picked and
that's the part that throws me off. It's like, bro, we don't know this as we're growing up. No one tells us this.
No.
We don't encounter people like you on our path because all we're talking to are other kids, maybe, right? Unless our parents are already in the loop, right? Then we never get this information.
No.
And as kids, who do you listen to? You're gonna listen to a person that tells you this, or the teachers that are constantly telling you, brainwashing you, dictating what you do, and like forcing you to walk in a line to the next classroom or whatever it may be. Like that's who you're listening to because they're teaching you to listen to them, the authority.
Right. And you know, it's so crazy. It's like this African student that I met once. He came from, I forgot what country in Africa, but you know, they told this brother at the airport, don't mix with these other black folks out here and these other, you know, people out here. Like stick to your kind, look for your people because there's nothing but madness out here. Like they would warn them like, yo, don't mix with these silly Americans out here. Cause we, you know, we're like the laughing stock of all the nations.
Which is crazy.
Which is so crazy. We're like the most powerful yet the most laughable. And, but yeah, they will tell people, cause you know, there's a lot of bright African brothers that come from the other side. There are brothers and sisters. We love y'all when you come out here. Thank you. A lot of bright engineers, medics, they come out here to start their life and stuff. But they will tell them, yo, keep your eye out, be careful with them or whatever, because they don't want them to mix with the, how can you say it?
Americanized.
They want to Americanize them to the poison shit that we.
They don't want them to fall into the matrix and get stuck in it.
Get stuck in it because you know our influence, our music, our music is a bad influence. Let's keep it a buck. Our TV is a bad influence. You know what I'm saying? And we got social media running the day.
They're all different addictions that draw you in.
All of them, bro. And then a lot of people out here also they smoke weed like they bogeys on breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that they don't do out there at all. Like you're not gonna recreationally smoke a blunt and go get your coffee. Like you know what I'm saying?
What is this, Colorado?
What is Colorado?
Like that's not gonna happen. So it's a lot of. They warn them about us a lot, and it's like we got to step it up a little bit and kind of be.
Bro, that's kind of embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing, bro. What?
That's nicely embarrassing.
To tell them like, yo, y'all cool and all, pero I can associate.
Yeah.
I'll be,
I'm here for a reason.
I'm here for a reason. I'm here for my education, my money. I don't need to associate with y'all. There's no reason.
Now, you grew up in the Dominican Republic, so let me ask you this. Did you see any of that knowledge out there? Any of this information from either the people or anyone?
I can say that I saw a Mason once. And
what is a Mason?
A Mason is a Freemason.
Okay.
They usually have a fez like ours, and they have the tassel. And but theirs are usually pinned.
The ring. I've seen the ring.
And the ring, they have the rings. They have the all-seeing eye with the forgetting my words here for a second, but I'll send you some stuff so you could see, and that never left my head. That fez, I was always curious about that fez.
That's what sparked way back then.
Way back from like. Pueblo Nuevo, my G. I'm in Pueblo Nuevo getting a haircut. I remember this vividly as a kid. My dad took me to go get a haircut. It was 2 blocks away from my grandfather's house. My grandfather lived like 7 blocks away from the stadium. And I just saw this brother in a fez, and I'm just like, that just always got me. Like I want to wear that. It
stands out. Yeah.
It stands out, and it's also ours. This is the thing. It's ours to learn. If you ever wanted to find out how to be a Mason, you ask a Mason. That's what a Mason told me. You know what I'm saying? So you could become a Mason if you choose to. You just got to ask a Mason, how do you become that? And, the Moors, we gave the Freemasons that knowledge. So, a lot of that stuff that they study, it's already Moorish science. So
really? So it's like a branch of you guys.
It's they are our sons. Like we taught the Masons everything that they know because if you go look in history and when they talk about the knowledge,
It feels braggadocious right now.
They only been around for 6,000 years, right? We civilized them. Again, if you go back to the time in Spain and all of that, Moors civilized that too. There was a lot of Moors, and the crazy thing is about it is like we gave them everything that they know and they used it on us in a way.
They try to kill y'all off.
And then some way down the line in history, like you're able, like Freemasons and like there's all types of fraternities of Freemasons. You could be white, black. Now, there's secret societies. Those things I don't tap into, right? Because I've seen institutions of Freemasonry that do a lot of good and they do a lot of things for the community and stuff like that. And you probably seen the Shriners hospitals.
No, I don't think so.
Ever seen that? Well, so that's a big thing. Shriners Hospital, they take care of millions of kids. They do so much great for the fraternity. And, you know, there's a lot of Freemasons everywhere, but a lot of that knowledge, the
anytime
Egyptology.
I have to say, anytime I've heard Freemasons, it always had like a negative connotation to the name.
Of course,
me too.
Of course.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, because it's like
I hear it in your tone, so hurry up.
Yeah,
and tell
man.
us, man.
They just don't want you to be one.
Oh.
They probably just don't want you to know your knowledge. They want to scare
They
you.
hold their knowledge close.
They want to keep the slaves enslaved.
It's like they don't want you. It's like how they didn't want to keep or teach brothers how to read back then. They don't want you to know this stuff. You know this stuff. It turns you powerful. And then, you know, you end up in a fraternity and a brotherhood that empowers you even more. You know, it's a beautiful thing when you find a great group that will empower you and become like really successful. Like that brotherhood is 1-on-1. Like, and that's majority of my reason why I wanted to be one was for the brotherhood, because I do appreciate shit like that. I've done camps and stuff where it's just nothing but men and we're just empowering each other and there's no weird shit going on. It's just, you know, some awesome challenges that are going. How can we use each other as a team? And, you know, they have their stuff in their temples. I've never been to one, but I've heard stories and conversations and it's just like, oh, okay, well, if I wanted a brotherhood like that, then I'll go ahead and find a Freemason and try to join his fraternity or something, you know. But all this knowledge I already was getting it in the streets and in these books by these brothers out here that I was just like, no need.
Why y'all trying to act like it's so hard for me to get in your club?
Because it is. It is a club. You can't get in that easily. You know, you have to recite shit. You have to
earn it.
You have to earn it.
But I'm saying that's what you don't like about it.
No. If I did it, because I don't. Like for me, it was just like I already have all these books. I have all this knowledge. Yeah. You know, if I wanted to do it for the brotherhood, I would. Like if I wanted to be part of a circle, and I need real team, or I'm just trying to do something bigger than myself. Unity. I would first consider like a Freemason thing because they've been around forever. You know what I'm saying? And they're probably looking for people to be like, yeah, come to our temple. You know what I'm saying?
But I thought you said they didn't want people to join in.
No, the question was, why wouldn't they want to teach you or let you know this? Well, it comes off scary. Because they make it scary because it's just like the more you avoid it, the more it's for them. It's like, okay, less people in our club because once it gets too packed, it's just like, oh, this is too much. You know what I'm saying?
Like everything else. If
like
there's too much of it, it's not.
Else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It loses value.
Exactly. And you also got to be, you got to have something up here. You got to be either good with this or good with these. And, they just not going to take anybody because you. It's like this is real stuff.
Just because you're knocking at the door, just like the monks, they're gonna leave your ass outside.
They're gonna leave until they see that brother. Until they see that brother starving for knowledge, and they're like, "Yo, all right, bring him in, man. Let's see what this case gonna be."
You gotta kind of like show that it's worth it, I guess.
Yeah.
That's fire. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Baseball.
I'm ready.
That's the extent that I know that. I'm gonna throw you some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
All right. Where do you, because you said at some point you wanted to be them. So where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And if you're not the type of person to think that far, like you don't want to think that far ahead, what would you like it to look like?
In the next 5 years?
Yeah.
Definitely not gonna be joining a temple anytime soon. I don't think so. I got a long way to go for that. Maybe in my older years or something, when I'm more of a seniority level or something, but I'm still too young, man. I got a big life ahead of me. You know, my biggest thing is I want to just keep making differences. You know what I'm saying? Make a difference every day, any way that I can. My big thing now is life insurance. You know, that's something for me that inspired me ever since, you know, we lost our homie. And that actually lit a fire under me to never wanting to see families and loved ones like that. And yeah, that moved me, man. That, you know, ever since that, and like, it's, you know, first time I've been excited in a long time too for something. And I'm just like, man, let me just commit to this. This is what I'm, you know, on fire about. I want to help families. Beautiful. I want to help people. You know, grieving is not easy when you lost a loved one, you know, and that was, you know, that's tough. When a family's going through that, you can't be thinking about how to pay the bill or how to settle, how to do this funeral arrangement and all of that. Like it's so messy. And firsthand experiencing that, man. And, you know, I was like, this is what I got to do. This is my calling right now, you know. And I met an amazing company called Lincoln Services, Lincoln Financial Services, and they just have an amazing program for people for those final expenses. And just, you know, if you're just trying to get a small policy just to cover those things so that your family doesn't have a hard time, like, you know, we take care of that.
So with that, and whether that's the life insurance or any of the other endeavors, because you're a very smart person. So
thank you, my brother.
I can't believe, I wish that for you, but I can't believe. I just know that it'll be that and more stuff that you'll do for the community.
There's always something else that I'm doing. Like I said, I'm always you know, into the acting thing too. Shout out to Gertie Israel. You can check her out at Gert the Hurt. She's been putting me on a lot of. Shout out to Gert the Hurt. Yeah, Gertie Israel, she put me on a lot of her stuff, and you know, she just says I'm her Samuel L. Jackson of her cast, which is pretty dope.
Shit, he wishes, bro.
I do wish.
No, not you.
Oh, him.
He
wishes.
He
wishes. Yeah, man, he just wish he had this hair. That's it. And you know. So I'm always going to be doing something. I always want to go back into the radio world because that's just where I grew up in, man. And I might do some coaching down the line to empower young boys in some sort of baseball camp or something like that. So
fire.
Yeah.
So with that, in any of those camps or realms, right? Who would be either a client or a person that would serve as either a client or a collab for you to help or do whatever it is you're gonna do in any of those modes? Who would be a person that you would want to work with or have, you know, do a service for, or maybe you're paying them, they're doing service for you, whatever?
Yeah. See if I follow your question correctly. You know, for me, I just love making a difference, man, for anybody. I love being of service.
Who would you make a difference with? Let's simplify the question. If you could pick whoever, we're gonna put them on a plane. They're gonna come from wherever.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
I'll start in my neighborhood first, man. I start in New Brunswick. I start where I'm from. You know, plenty of people know me there already. I have some great connections with people there, and you know, I would always try to give back first at my home. You know, and then, you know, if I make it to a certain point, then you keep going, right? But always is start at home, make a difference there. And
who's helping you with that? So it's basically, what person would you want to arm your army with to assist you with whatever you want to do?
I would say anybody who hears the calling and sees themselves in it. Because you never know who can say out of nowhere, like, yo, I'm inspired by that. Can I join you?
Do you have a person in mind that you would love to work with?
I mean, there's a lot of cool brothers out there in New Brunswick that do a lot of great work for the city, like Coach Miles, who coaches the Bulldogs, Malcolm Stobie as well. They're part of that New Brunswick Recreation. The firefighters too. I would go in there and see whatever. You know, I would put my foot in everywhere and see who wants to take on this journey, because it's all about, you know, who can see themselves being a part of it, right? Because I'm gonna do it by myself until the wheels fall off. Then somebody's gonna say they're gonna be inspired by seeing what I do, and they say, "Yo, you need help? Can I join you?" You know, until the right team comes, because I definitely can't do it all alone and think I could do it for years to come all alone. No, I'm definitely gonna need some support. I'm definitely gonna need people on my side and need a team. But you know, when that comes, then you know that'll be when that comes.
Fire. Yeah, you've been our first answer that's not, and no answer is good or bad. You know, I think they've all been inspirational, but your answer is a testament to the will that you have to help the movement. So much so that when I've asked this question for myself before even asking it here, everybody's always had a famous person in mind, or a person that has some sort of influence in the field. Somebody, like, let's say if I were to ask myself, well, I would like to do something with Tom Segura, because he's one of my, maybe my top comedian. You know what I'm saying? So that, and when I asked you that question of who you want to work with, we'll pull them in a plane. You didn't even grab anybody and bring them from any status. You're like, from my own community, anybody that's willing to think. So that's a different answer.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
I appreciate that, man. I think most of my heroes are dead too, man, which is
okay.
crazy. So it's like, man, Nipsey's gone. You know what I'm saying? He was like one of the last recent ones that I'm just like, that would be a tremendous brother to work with, because he just knew so much.
Yeah, he was different.
Right? He was so different, and he was like so ahead of, the crypto world as well. He was already thinking of ways to market his music and all of that, and
freeing himself
from
sure.
that. Yeah. I just pick my boys, bro. If I need help with anything, I'm calling my boys up. I might call my boy Cook Ski. Yo, come through.
Oh, that's that boy. Y'all tell him if he ever want to come through, he can, man.
Cook Ski, if you ever want to come through. You already heard from your AOC that you got a spot here.
For sure, man.
Shout out at Cook Ski if you want to hear some good music, some good content. Go see my boy. He's making some.
He's an artist.
He's an artist,
Yeah,
man.
he's
You would love him.
I'll show you.
You would love him. You would love him.
Yeah, for sure.
He got bars.
We got to put that link below too.
Yes,
that boy got that wordplay too.
Yes,
man.
sir, man. He's doing it so different today, man. Just
yeah,
crazy.
for sure. And I could tell he's gonna keep like
Yeah,
rising
that's
and
his
doing
thing.
what he need to, as he should. Bro.
I'm gonna keep pushing him until he says, "All right, I'm done, bro." Like until it's not fun for him no more.
Yeah.
Then I'll stop pushing him.
Yeah,
Because
but
if it's not fun, then it's just.
I think creators like him and people like you and people like us and Brother Ram.
You lose the passion when it's not fun anymore, though.
Yeah, man. And that's what I always tell him. I'm like, bro, just keep having fun with your shit. And he does. Like every time I'm in the studio with him, it's like, he's making that first song or something. That energy is the same, and he's always just growing and learning, and man, his music is just different today. So
God bless. Yeah, no, I know that for a fact.
Facts.
I know that for a fact. If you had a movie, series, quote, or book, you could suggest on all four, or you could just pick one. What's your suggestion for the people and for us? Because we generally like at least see what it's about. And we might dive into it.
Yeah.
I know personally, whatever comes out your mouth next, I'm gonna dive into it. I'm already getting the Black's what is it called?
Black's Law Dictionary.
Black's Law Dictionary.
Yeah. A good quote.
Favorite.
One of my favorite quotes. I know from the Shawshank Redemption movie. Have you ever watched Shawshank?
Yeah, for sure.
There's a quote that says, "Hope is." I'm paraphrasing. It says, "Hope is a good thing." Man, it's crazy. I have it hung up on my wall, and now I can't remember it. But it goes something like, "Hope is a good thing." I don't want to mess it up now. I have to look it up. Damn.
Just throw it on the Google.
Yeah. I gotta throw it on the Google. Hold on. Ask me another question.
Favorite book?
Favorite book.
Favorite book. Favorite book. It's an audio book. Is the Rich Dad Poor Dad, man.
Oh, I've read that.
Yeah.
Rich Dad Poor Dad is such a phenomenal
Super
book.
My mom put me on that book, bro.
Wow.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she knows what's
She
up.
put me on that.
Yeah.
She
She
put
knows what's up.
me on that. She put me on The Alchemist.
Nice. The Alchemist is a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic.
There's like these 10 books that should always be on rotation for us. Like we should read them until like we pass, because there's always something new in these books when you read them again. When you're refreshed by it, it's like you got to keep that in your arsenal and your bookshelf and just have that there, because you're always going to go back to that book.
For sure.
100%. Yeah, that's a great book. Yeah.
Right. Did you find that quote?
Oh, I got distracted. See, these things, I'm distracted in a good way, but
no, I know.
Hold on.
Got the PC.
What about like your favorite movie? Would you say is
since we're going down
that road, my favorite movie. It's in between Forrest Gump.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's between Forrest Gump and The Godfather. All of them. All the whole trilogy.
The series.
The whole series. You can't. Well, and I didn't like Godfather 3, just 1 and 2. I'll say just 1 and 2. Godfather 3 was a little bit. They probably shouldn't have made it. I'm sorry.
There's milk in it.
But yeah, they probably shouldn't have made it. But yeah, those movies. Anytime they come on TV, I could watch them again. It wouldn't be an issue.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. I'm with you with Forrest Gump, especially. I just put my girl on the other day. She's like, I can't believe I never watched this. I'm like,
that's how I felt the first time I watched it.
Yeah, me too. Because I saw it as I was already grown. I was here living in Jersey already. And I always saw it as, one of those old movies, you know what I'm saying? And then you watch it, it's like, this has everything. It's like that movie Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found the quote for you, my bad.
Go ahead,
it
shoot
said,
that.
Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of thing, and no good thing ever dies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No good thing ever dies. Damn.
God damn.
Bro, what
Mr.
just
Geymy
Zapata,
Zapata,
bro?
Yo, it has been an honor to have
Thank you, my brother. It's been an honor
I don't think we can wait for the year to do the part 2.
Man, the sooner the better. I'd be honored. It was
sure.
a pleasure being here with you
For
guys.
sure.
Just I think we could have been here all day.
Yeah, me too. That
would have been.
Thank you for coming through and dropping some knowledge on us,
pleasure,
bro.
man. My
Extremely appreciated for real.
Today was real enlightening. Send it, and then afterwards send us.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna give you guys all the
links.
links I got. All everything. There's gonna be nothing withheld from me, so you guys could be. I'm not gonna try to give it all at once.
Don't be a Freemason, bro. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Yeah, don't hold.
There's a lot of good ones out there. I know a few good ones.
You're
but
fair. You're a fair person.
You know what I'm saying? No, man, this has been a total treat for me. I can't express enough how much fun this was for me, and
Us too, man.
putting me on the spotlight, man. Appreciate
Us
you
too.
and this platform.
I needed to hear it.
I hope it keeps growing the way it's growing. You guys are going on the great path. You guys are doing something that's just fun. It's your style. It's what you guys are just free
Thank you, man.
in doing. And I think that's a beautiful thing, man. So thank you.
As long as we can keep bringing these type of vibes on there.
Listen,
here,
man.
I think we got
Facts.
I appreciate that, man. Listen, I couldn't wait to get here, and this was
same.
fun. This was fun.
Same, bro. We're gonna have you again. It's not gonna be. We're not gonna wait a year.
No.
Yeah.
It
Brother
can't be.
Ram might need to be here for the next one.
Yeah.
Rem got to
sure,
be here
for
for
sure.
the next one.
Yeah.
Rem got to be here.
Down. We holding it down while he on.
Because he got to pass this knowledge to the baby before the baby go to school. You
Facts.
feel me?
And I would want his son to see all his interviews, and I want to be in that one. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Man, I love that.
So that'll be dope. Rem, we're waiting for you.
Yes, we are.
Congratulations again. Happy, man, I can't even, that's not a happy nothing. Just congratulations on being a father, and you're going to be extraordinary.
Happy
I
journey.
already know that. Yeah. I already know that. And thanks for having me, man, for real. It's been an honor.
Thanks for coming through, man. Anything else from my brothers? You got everything. Oh, tell the people where to find you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram _GEYMY. Yes, I know my it's, you know, Dominicans are different when we make names. It's really hey me in Spanish, but you got to Americanize it. Call me Geymy. I sometimes give it to people how it is. Hey me.
Me too.
But,
I do the Cesar, Caesar, like the
see
salad, whatever. Just go about your way.
Just go about your business. No, but you can find me there. I'm always posting some stuff. You know, I'm always some enlightening, something empowering, something funny, and something thought-provoking. I love to provoke thought. You have to use that mind that you have and have intellectual conversations with people around you, and you know, it just grows you more as a person, and it grows great conversations. And try it, provoke a thought. You know, you never know what can come out of it.
Damn,
And,
that's fire.
yeah, man, you gotta provoke thought, bro.
As long as you stay curious, you'll keep growing.
Yeah, man. You know how many there's a lot of little brains out there, but when you drop you drop a little gem here, gem there, they might take it home with them, man, and you made a whole difference for them, man. And that's it, man.
Even one drop has a ripple effect.
That's a ripple effect,
that's
bro.
different, bro.
You don't know who you're gonna touch with that.
Wake them neurons up in your head.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, man, just always stay positive, always make a difference for others. If there's anything you're going to do in life, just make sure it's to be the best version of yourself, and just apply yourself each day to do that.
There you have it. Stop being a fuck up.
Stop being a fuck up. From
And get in the gym.
From Mr. Geymy Zapata and from us here at Just a Regular Podcast. Peace and love. We out.
Tenemos que hacer. Tiempo no podemos perder. Nadie nos puede detener. Vamos a lograr todo lo que queremos. Sigan mirando cómo nos movemos. Siempre aprendo algo del